Hey, everybody. Welcome to Start a List with Carol and Stacy. I'm Stacy.
I'm Carol.
And if you are watching this, we have two special guests today. We have our sons. Hey, Lewis.
What's
hey,
going
Will.
on?
Hey,
Hello,
I'm so excited.
I'm Will.
I'm Lewis.
Thank y'all for taking the time to meet with your moms and hang out with us for a couple minutes.
Yeah. We've been wanting to do this as a part of our podcast for a while. And Stacy said, why don't we have our special guest this week? I said, let's do it.
Yeah, Lewis had some time off, so that helped, and he was a little more available. And thank you guys. We're excited.
Don't miss it out.
We're gonna quiz y'all.
Yeah.
I've been asking
No.
Mom to be on this for I think 4 weeks running now. It's
We finally made it happen.
Well, what about a reoccurring moment this week? An old person moment. Have we had any of those, Stacy?
Well, my blood pressure shot up yesterday. That's an old person moment, and I don't know why.
Well, I had a random, well, you were sick, but I had a random 12-hour fever. Couldn't move my body.
Yeah, y'all both have had cooties this week.
So weird. And then I got up this morning, my eye was like killing me after I showered. Apparently, I got some eucalyptus soap in my eye, and I thought I had pink eye. I'm like, oh,
Well, eucalyptus, that burns.
yeah, it was all red. And I thought, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to go to the walk-in clinic. But anyway. Oh,
Wait,
gosh.
Will, what did you have at Chipotle that killed your stomach?
I think it was the chicken, but I mean, my sister was always talking about how the chicken there is just fun.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's not the greatest,
But
but
the time before I had the chicken, I was fine, and then this time, had a great day at work, coming home. I love Chipotle. Telling my friends, Chipotle is going to be very good. Famous last words. That's the last meal I had for 40 hours.
Was it not 8 minutes after he ate? He came in the den and sat down, and he was 5 shades of green.
I've never eaten there, and I don't
Ooh.
intend to.
Stacy's like, you need to report him to the.
Seriously.
I
They're probably,
know.
it's gross. Ugh. That's what you get for trying to eat healthy.
Yeah.
It's not.
We'll get fried chicken next time. You won't have that problem.
Need to
Okay.
go get pup salad.
We are going to ask y'all some questions. Okay. So we're going to get started so we have enough time because, we're on the free versions. We're going to get asking. We want both of y'all to answer. Okay. So you can take turns. But the first one, obviously, is what do you think about your moms having a podcast?
Louis, you go first.
what do I think? Oh man. Well, first of all, it's awesome because it's entertainment, I get to listen to stories that I may have heard of a bazillion times before and news stories, and y'all have the most perfect synergy, and it's like you're hanging out in the same room together, and once this thing goes big, since we're exactly. So once this goes big, that'll be even better. You'll be hanging out with the cool celebrities. I'll be seeing cool pics with Mom and Miss Carol with, I don't know, who's your favorite? Snooki? Is that who it is? You'll be hanging out with Snooki on her show.
Heck yeah. Let's go.
Just saying.
Yeah. We'll do one of the, how they come out for, I don't know, is it NBA? They say, or the draft or whatever it is, and they're all in a big room and they're all dressed up and wearing stuff, and then they walk out and announce that they're going to go pro. That's what we'll do.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like
Yep, that's right. Feel like a brand deal going on.
Yeah.
We need some brand deals. All right, Will, what do you think?
Man, it's the coolest thing in the world. I feel like if I was in middle school, I feel like I'd be embarrassed.
Yeah, totally.
But now that I'm in college, I'm bragging about it to my friends. I'm like,
Aw.
guys, my mom has a podcast. Like, go watch my mom. And once you get to a certain age, you don't find it embarrassing. You find it
Aw.
funny because,
good.
like Lewis said, you hear stories that you haven't heard before. And like the first one that came to mind when I was thinking about it is Stacy getting hit on her bike and it's like flattened all around. And every time I think of that story, I just die laughing.
Oh, it
It's very
happened.
funny.
Yes.
Well, and you've witnessed me a million times falling, so all of our falling stories. And then I can hear Lewis out, Mom, are you okay? And I've heard Bill a thousand times, Mom, are you okay?
Well, we
Oh, and then the
appreciate
corn
y'all.
maze where-
The what?
Yeah, yeah.
The
the
what?
corn
I'm just.
maze where
Oh,
Lewis
Lord.
tried to get a new mom.
Well, we appreciate y'all because you happen to be a topic of a lot of our stories. So we hope you don't mind that we tell stories that y'all are a part of. I guess we should have asked.
Well, I love when Mom gives me shout outs and
Oh.
Exactly. That's, free promo right there. It's good
Yeah.
content. As long as we're providing good content, that's all that matters.
Well, we're waiting
Right,
for it to go
right.
big, right, Carol? Just any minute we're gonna we haven't had a new subscriber in a minute. So we're hoping, we'll
Well,
put you guys, we'll advertise that y'all are on here and some more people will tune in.
Yeah, y'all gotta share with all of your listeners and friends, all of your
make
followers or whatever they are.
Because our target audience is 20-something year olds. Not really.
Yeah. This is what was missing. Lewis's friends and Will's friends are actually engaging.
Lewis had a few friends listen in the beginning, and I was like, oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
this is
gosh.
kind of a big one. You might have to think about this for a minute. But growing up, obviously, both of you had moms that were teachers. So we want to hear, what was your perspective or your experience in elementary school with your moms being there as teachers? And, I don't know how it was for you guys because we aren't y'all. Will, you go first.
That's why we're interviewing you.
I go first.
Yeah.
Well, now, if you don't know this, listeners, I'll interject here.
Mhm.
Stacy and I did teach at the same school, and we were in the same building, and y'all were a year apart.
Mhm.
So after school, sometimes y'all were able to play together or whatever. Okay, go ahead.
So the first thing that comes to mind, there were times that I felt like a little bit invincible because I had like a little bit of a step above everybody because normal students couldn't go in the teacher's lounge, couldn't go to certain parts of buildings. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world when a teacher would be like, Will, come here and give me $1, which is what it was back then, to go get them a soda from the teacher's lounge.
Okay. Yep.
And I just felt like, and other teachers would see me in there and not think anything of it because it's like, oh, that's Carol's son, or like whatever.
Way back then, it was $1.
I don't even know how.
Pay a quarter.
Hey,
Okay.
FYI, nobody's getting Cokes now because they don't have a Coke machine. It's a Pepsi machine, and who even wants that?
Nobody. Then they changed the rule, and they wouldn't allow kids in the teachers' lounge, teachers' children in the teachers' lounge.
Okay.
Really? When they changed that?
I don't know. I think y'all were shaking the snack machine or something, trying to get free food.
Will did you ever wish your mom wasn't there as a teacher? Were you annoyed that, oh God, you were with us a lot. You rode with us in the morning. You rode home with us in the afternoon. We were there all day.
There was times where I wish that mom wasn't a teacher because anytime I wasn't the most perfect kid, my teacher would be like, your mom's teacher. You need to set an example here. You need to, like, they would always bring that into the situation. And I remember I got second grade was not a good year for me. I got in a lot of trouble in second grade, but I remember his assistant principal, or she was the head principal at the time. And I had gotten ISS, and she came in there and was like, "Do you know how much trouble you have caused today to the whole staff? We can't do our jobs today because you have decided to do what you have done. I have to stop working to come in here to supervise you." And yeah, and that's my biggest memory of, you guys know who I'm talking about.
I don't remember that, but shoot, you were a little rascal in the second grade, huh? I'm
Oh,
kidding.
for sure.
All right, Lewis, what's your take on being a teacher's kid?
Well, it's like, it's hard to put into like a perspective of like someone who isn't a teacher's kid, because like you go to the same, you go to school with your mom. Like, not everybody else's kids did that. But I mean, I feel like definitely sometimes I kind of felt like I was above, just a little bit above all the other kids. There was a kid in my grade who his father was the SRO, and I was like, dude, that's awesome. My mom's teacher, like, we're kind of cool like that. But like it never, at least as I remember, it never really, it didn't really like I never like regretted, going to the same school with my mom or having my mom as a teacher, but I mean, I'm sure there was some times I'd be like, oh, mom, you got to get away. But I always remember I'm with my teacher and y'all are with your 20 some kids. So, there wasn't I don't remember a whole lot of interaction. I just remember passing in the hallways, or I think it was my third or fourth grade year that your hall was right across from mine. So I'd see you peek in sometimes. I'd be like, oh, what's up, mom? But I think that was third grade, something like that. But I think it was really cool. My mom's a teacher. All my friends are like, "Oh, you got my mom as a teacher." It's like, don't make me tell my mom on y'all.
I do need to add something.
So-
I do need to have mom tell a story before we go to the next question, because I didn't have you in the first grade, but I was in the same classroom as you in the first grade. And so I want you to tell that story.
Well, Lewis, were you finished?
yeah. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you liked it, kind of. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, basically, we were building a second building because we were growing exponentially. And so two classrooms had to move into one giant, like the music room. And so there were
Ooh.
two first grade classes that we were out in a portable building. And when they moved us mid-year into the music room, his teacher and myself just so happened to move into the same room. So for a half a school year, he was in the room with me. Reminds you, he's 6, almost 7 years old. And yes, I would have a Diet Coke on my desk or whatever. And he would literally, we had him sitting as far away from me as possible. And of course, I'm like this anyway. And he would come over and be like, Mom, have some Diet Coke. And I'm like, no, just Mom. Like, he just thought he could do whatever.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. It was
When
actually
Lewis was in
crazy.
first grade, no, this was not first grade, second grade. He was down a different hall than me, and I don't know if you were growing, or you just wanted an excuse to come to my room, but you'd come down every day practically for a while and go, my legs hurt. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I don't remember that.
I don't know if
no.
you had growing pains.
You
I'm
were
like,
growing.
okay. And I'd give you some children's Tylenol, and you'd skedaddle on back. I'm like, okay.
Oh my gosh,
funny.
that's funny.
Well, as a teacher
y'all
with a kid in the
remember-
building, I felt pressure to make sure you were good all the time. You didn't want to be the teacher with the rotten kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you just
Y'all
didn't.
remember any after school stuff that, like anytime you played outside after school or anything? I know there was.
Yeah, oh yeah, I always remember like Will and then Jackson Hines. Well, at the time, the assistant principal's son was it.
Mhm.
We'd always be doing whatever, running up and down the halls in everybody's classrooms, in the playground, whatever.
Run in and get a snack.
What incident are you talking about?
Somebody was throwing rocks, and I'm sure it was you. And somebody got hit with rocks, and then we all got in trouble. And then we got an email saying, "Your children must be in your own classroom after school from now on." Or
They
something.
sent that
I
email a
don't even
lot,
remember.
though. I don't remember the rock throwing thing.
Mm.
I don't know who threw the rocks, but somebody threw a rock and got hit.
Well, they didn't like y'all.
Y'all don't
running up
remember
down
some-
halls. They were.
Mm.
We'd get in trouble when y'all ran the hallways like lunatics after school.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Well, Miss
I remember
Carol,
hanging out before school started. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
Well, I remember before school started, since the teachers had to get there super early, we were there, and so we just dilly dally or do whatever, and then we were off to class.
Or breakfast.
I never really ate breakfast that much, but yeah.
Yeah.
Not
I
at
just remember
school.
yeah.
Mm.
Well, Lewis, I have the next question. Stacy, were you going to say something else?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Oh, okay. The next question I wanted to ask was, as a child, what was one of the funniest things you remember about your mom?
Mm.
Maybe something that happened, or something she did, or you did, or
I don't know. I feel like, as bad as this sounds, mom's pretty notorious for falling. And like, not that's funny, but like as mentioned previously, the corn maze. You just I don't know. I mean, that's funny. People falling's funny. It's not funny when it's your mom, but just I don't know how to say it. Just like I don't know.
Well, explain that day from your perspective. You were what, 7 or 8, or?
Yeah, it was a while ago, but we were in this corn maze, and I remember there was like this big knot from a tree or a stalk of corn or something like that. And mom was just on the floor. That's what I remember. I turned around, mom was on the ground, and we were just there. And there was another time, this is not her falling, but just she was, where were we? Georgia? Is that what it was? Jekyll Island. Mom was doing one of those slides where you're in the inner tubes or whatever. And so she hits the bottom of it, and she's like, she just goes flying. And she doesn't go flying off of it, but she's just up in the air, boom, then goes right under it. And my Aunt Carol was like freaking out. And she was like, where are you? Where are you? And we were all just there, just, howling at it because it was funny. But just funny. Yeah, just like
Glad I could be funny.
just funny moments. Not necessarily mom falling is what I remember, but just all the funny moments, just the silly incidents and the funny accidents, I guess.
Will,
We're glad we could be clumsy. Glad we could be clumsy to entertain you.
There was a lot of falling stories with mom as well. I mean, I would just come up, my sisters would pick me up from school, and it would just seem like almost a monthly thing. Like, oh, mom fell again, and it's like, oh, okay. Like it was just a routine at this point.
Stacy and I both had one of those. We just kept the boot in the closet. Oh my gosh.
I've been in that thing a time or 20.
Oh, yes, you would just sell that week. You would just give the boot.
Can I borrow your boot?
The other thing I vividly would be us coming home from school, and this had to be like a weekly or a bi-weekly occurrence, but we'd come home from school, and you'd have to stop at the wine store, and you'd come out with your bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Valid.
That had to be like once a week or once every 2 weeks. And that was a mixture of things here.
Well,
Oh,
That's what being a
that's the
teacher will do to
career
you.
I was in. That's if you wanna have to go to the wine store once a week, go get your education degree.
Oh shoot.
oh,
that's
there would
funny.
be
That's a
days.
great childhood memory. I'm so proud.
Oh, there would also be. Keep in
Moving on to the
mind,
next question.
Now I wasn't the only person drinking. Let me clarify.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But there would also as a mom, as a teacher, summer is great because you don't have to be around so many kids, but summer's also a nightmare because your kids are home all the time. So I do remember specifically I had friends that were triplets growing up. And so mom would get this like beach bag, like giant bag, and just throw 5 days worth of clothes in there and would just send me off to there. And I'd be there for like 4, 5, 6 days at a time.
Okay. Let me clarify to our listeners. They would call and invite you over. I did not
Oh yeah.
send you all a week at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would invite you, and I
Yeah.
would say, "Oh, of course."
Yeah. For some reason they never came over here for that.
I mean, I would invite them, and one of them would be like, "I want to go home," and
Oh shoot.
Whatever.
Buddy.
I'm sure it was something I was doing.
I loved summer and I never minded having you home because we didn't have to get up early. We didn't have to have bedtimes. You know, I hated the schedule was probably my least favorite part of it. But yeah. All right. I know you have another question.
Yeah. Real quick, what's the favorite childhood meal that your mom prepared for you, Lewis, or dad, or combo, just as a family?
Favorite childhood meal?
I mean, you can still like it.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a tough one. You know,
You can pass, and we can come back.
Because I got mine.
no, I got one. It is the chicken and rice casserole, the classic. Y'all have been eating it. Mom and dad have been eating it for what? Forever?
Yeah,
Since y'all first got together.
it was the
been
first
making it ever
meal
since.
Barry ever cooked for me, and it's still in the rotation today. Chicken and rice casserole with
Oh.
cheese and
Good stuff. Easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's like what, like 6 ingredients? Boom. Toss that together. Easy
it's
peasy.
that. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, Will.
My favorite, definitely it would be, I don't even know what brand of sausage, but she would whip up this sausage and my nanny made this jelly and she would always jar it up in a mason jar. And so it'd be that sausage with nanny's jelly.
They called it Nanny's jelly. It was homemade strawberry jelly.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they're also, I don't like any other form of grits other than the form that mom makes me because it's 2 packets of
Instant grit.
now what's his name? The Pilgrim guy.
Quaker.
Yeah.
Not
Quaker oats.
Quaker grits.
Yeah, it would be that brand of grits. It'd be 2 packets of that and with water, sugar, and then she would fold a slice of cheese into a fourth and push it down in there and microwave it. And it was the best thing. And
That
that's
sounds
the
good.
only form of grits that
And the sausage was just literally the pre-cooked Jimmy Dean or whatever, but they were already cooked, but I would sear them in a
Yeah.
skillet and make them brown. But yeah, my mother made the world's best freezer jam, and I've tried to duplicate
My
it.
granny made that too. I loved it. You
Can't
kept it in
do
the
it.
freezer. We called it strawberry jam.
Yes. Yep, that's it.
It's good.
But he called it Nanny's jelly growing up.
I
Y'all
wish I
did.
could have
Yeah.
some again.
I do too. I wish I could duplicate it. I
Yeah.
tried to make some and it just poured out of the can.
Yeah, it
I'm
had
like,
it had that thicker consistency to it. Yep. I used to keep a jar in my freezer when my granny
Jill,
was still
yeah.
living.
Like mom would make it and I would try it and she'd be like, it's horrible. I was like, I appreciate you trying, mom.
It was. What I should have done is gotten some Smuckers and just put it in one of Mom's old jars. And just
Pull it out of the freezer. Well, while we're talking about food, I'm going to tell a story on Lewis. So,
Huh?
when he was little, he loved Chick-fil-A. I guess you still like Chick-fil-A. And we went
Oh,
through
yeah.
a really bad habit when we still lived on the other side of town that we passed by it every morning and he'd want chicken minis every morning on the way to school, right? And I don't remember if I had something at school that day, but he had been with me throughout a course of an entire day. He'd been with me, my mom and dad, and then Perry. And I'm sure I fed him Chick-fil-A that morning. Okay. Mom and dad come up at some point, like, you want to get some lunch? What do you want? Not knowing that I've already fed him Chick-fil-A. He's like, Chick-fil-A. So they're like, okay, they take him to Chick-fil-A for lunch. And then that night,
Yes.
Perry
we're
had
not
him.
gonna say no.
Yeah. And he's like, we're just going to drive through and get something. Now, because Perry doesn't know what's happened all day. What do you want for dinner? Looks like Chick-fil-A. Ate Chick-fil-A 3 times that day. I'm like, oh my gosh. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
He was
What
working
another thing I
everybody.
remember was when. Yep, yep. Another thing I remember was when White Castle was where the new or the Panda is now. We'd always go through and I get some sliders or the like the cheesy ranch fries. Is that what it is? Like the bacon ranch
Oh,
fries.
I don't remember that.
You remember that?
I remember going there and taking
Yeah, we
it
go
as
through all
like
the
an
time. It was
after-school
like
snack.
yeah. It was like a little box, and you like open it up, and it was like cheese and ranch and bacon. And it was like fries or something like that.
Maybe. I miss White
We'll
Castle.
always
Those were
like
good. Those were good.
we'll always like the was it the granola cup or the fruit granola parfait at McDonald's, right? In middle school, we liked that for some reason.
Yeah.
The parfait. But man,
Yes.
it would become really
You
expensive.
just made me
because he
remember
would say-
something. You just
He would
said
say-
something. Go ahead.
Oh, he would say, "Well, can I get a frappuccino?"
Oh.
Of course. I mean, what am I going to say? No, I should have said no.
Have you I don't okay. I've seen most episodes. I haven't seen every episode. Have y'all talked about our adventures with McDonald's?
No, but all right. We'll get to that after Stacy tells us what she just remembered.
It just made me, when you said that, it made me think of something. Did you guys both hop on the middle school bus from Rutland in middle school? At least
Yeah.
one. I know Lewis
Yeah.
did it 1 year. You
Yeah.
remember doing that?
Yeah.
Y'all.
So it would have been
Fifth grade.
no, it would have been no, because we would have gone to middle school, 6th grade.
Whatever.
So I was in 6th grade. You had JDK's kids, and you had like there was a group of us. Like
Mhm.
we were a gang. That was our.
Well, you are a gang.
No,
You were the
no,
bus
not like
gang.
that.
The
Like,
teacher's kids bus gang.
yeah. And so there was, and my biggest like issue was the end of the day, how I had to be the last stop. The last stop was the school every day, and I didn't want to wait on the bus that long every day. And one of the stops, it was like the 5th to last stop. So I could have saved like 15, 20 minutes. And there was a cut through right to Rutland. Like I could see Rutland.
Oh, the bridge behind the school.
Oh, yeah.
Went to that neighborhood.
And
yeah.
so I became friends with this bus driver, but we weren't friends the day that she told me I couldn't get off at that stop. And It had gotten so bad to the point where I had one of my friends at school forge a note as my mom to say, "Hey, Will's allowed to get off at this stop."
Very safe, my
I don't
Very safe.
remember.
Yeah,
I don't
and
remember kids riding it back to school because I always picked Lewis up in the car rider line. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
No, that he would ride the bus back, and most of the year it was fine. He could get off in the neighborhood behind us,
Mm.
just cut through on the bridge,
he wouldn't let me.
and she would not let him. And she whipped that bus in the parking lot and called my cell phone, and I had to go out there, and
You were already there.
I was in the car already. Yeah, like she would drop him off, and then we would leave. He was 7 shades of red. He was so mad. And
We
she
almost-
was like, she was about to suspend him off the bus and all this stuff. He had acted awful about it.
This is not a proud moment, but I pulled the, "You know who my mom is?"
You
It
know who
had
my
gotten
mom
to the
is.
point. I was like, my mom can get you fired, which was like not the case at all. But I was trying to.
You were
entertain my
desperate.
power.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
I'd
so
like
funny.
to see I'd like to see your face when she said, when you said, "You know who my mom is?" And she's like, "No." Or she said, "I don't care who your mom is. You're going to behave on this."
No,
bus."
she was being really nice. She was like, well, honey, I gotta follow the rules. I won't lose my job."
Oh.
Ridiculous.
Okay, we have 4 minutes. So
Okay.
we may end up having to do a part 2 sometime. 'Cause I felt like
Yes.
we could keep going for a long time, but again, because we're on the free version, we haven't hit it big yet. We don't have any
We
sponsors.
haven't made it big. And maybe after this episode, we can get unlimited time.
We're gonna launch
That's
it.
right.
It's because
Zoom collab.
It's because Lewis had Chick-fil-A 3 times in one day. We're still trying to recover.
Well, right
What's the-
now we need Chick-fil-A and McDonald's to sponsor us.
What's gonna be the title of this one? Our Sons Are Funnier Than Us, episode 3.
I mean, I don't care what you call it if it goes viral.
That is the truth. Well, my goal is, guys, to get it. I got a busy weekend, but my goal is to have it ready by Sunday. I don't have anything going on tomorrow. I got to get ready to go to a graduation tonight. So
Oh, yeah.
RJ's graduating, William.
Yep, Fitz was talking about it last
Yep.
week. I wish I could say that I've seen him this week, but I've seen more toilets than I have workout equipment this week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, keep that over there.
And yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Yep.
Well, you guys, thank you so much. We love you both. And Miss Carol has to take us out.
Oh, yes. Okay, listeners. Remember, don't make a fist. Start a list.
And we'll
and
see you
send
guys
us your
next
comments,
time.
like us, and share.
All right. See y'all next time. Bye.
Why?
See ya.